right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode coming your way. That's right, we are live in Detroit, USA. The 420 Austin Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 4. We're here at the Detroit Grand Prix. Qualifying has been up and running. I was running a little bit behind, trying to do some other things, trying to smash some dinner in and things. So we didn't get to watch some of that. We can see there's 13 guys that have registered. There has been another, what's that, 15, 16, 17, 18 drivers. There's another 5 drivers still to qualify. That I'm not sure if they'll have time to get out. But Luke Fallon, quick time here at Detroit Grand Prix, 1:33.775, 1:33.885, Stephen Varga. And Sam Tucker, the third quickest with a 1:34.989, 1:37.803, Wade Georgeson, all the way down at the bottom there. Now, sorry, let's see, where's my thingy? There we go. Sorry, I'm so not organised, and I'm looking at the time thinking it's about to throw to the race. We've got two 30-minute battles here tonight, 30% fuel, so one mandatory stop in each of those two 30-minute battles. Now, as I say, we're at the Detroit Grand Prix. This circuit measures about 3.78, 3.8 kilometres, features about 13 to 14 tight turns. It's an iconic concrete surface, and it has the Detroit skyline along the Belle Isle Park. Now, the track does include varied surfaces, new and old asphalt, polished concrete, and signature scenery like the fountains near turns 9 and 10. No, I don't seem to have a bit of a layout guide for this one, but the Gen 3 V8 Supercars here, the things they're going to need to worry about is that Belle Isle is a narrow, bumpy, and does feature a lot of high curbs, so there's very little room for error. Now, as I say, the surfaces alternate between the new asphalt, old tarmac, and polished concrete, making grip highly variable. And the layout does include high speed straights like the one before turn 3, where the Gen 3 cars can stretch their legs, as well as the sharp technical corners, especially turns 1, 3, 8, 9, 11 that challenge the braking and traction control. Now, tips for success. Smooth input. The Gen 3 chassis is more forgiving than the Gen 2, but the Belle Isle punishes overdriving. So use first gear only in very tight corners, so turns 3 and 8. Second gear is better for traction in most exits. Ride the brakes on corner entry to stabilize the rear, especially in turns 1 and 7. Don't touch the tall inside curbs in turn 5 or 11. They can launch the car or unsettle it, and focus on exits, especially turns 3 and 6. Long straights follow both. All right, looks like we're about to get over to the grid in just a moment. Oh, all right. So Luke Fallon, Stephen Varga, they'll be on the front row. Sam Tucker and Jeff Price, second row. Third row is going to be Jacob Smith and Ben Mead. Fourth row, Jackson Sufong. And Jackson in the chat. Good luck, Jackson. Best of luck with it, brother. 104 Motorsports lining up alongside Cole Brittingham. On to that fourth row. Fifth row, Kane, Lewis and Cliff Potter. They'll be on that fifth row. Sorry, sixth row. I don't know why I forgot I said it. Sixth row, Hayden Watson and Brad Armstrong. Just going to get over to my grid controls. There we go. Wade Georgeson and Rob Chandler on that seventh row. Eighth row is going to be Wayne Rogers and David Jansen. Matteo Manelli and Ivan Falcone will be on that ninth and final row. Let's get this one ready. Two 30-minute battles. Finishing order, we'll decide starting order in the next one. Looks like still waiting on Cliff and Ivan to take the track. So I'm totally not going to sneak some more of this omelette because it's so yummy. right, A1, B main, whatever you want to call it. The first of two 30-minute battles. You can hear those cars revving. They are getting ready to go. We are racing. All right, straight off into this battle. Oh, look out. Jeff Price has got loose. The 62. Oh, it looks like Cliff Potter unable to avoid him there. As Jeff Price gets that one going again. Oh, no track map. Have we got a track map? But I'm just an idiot. No track map at Detroit Grand Prix here tonight. Thanks for the subscription, by the way, Jacob Smith. Appreciate you over at YouTube. Sorry about that. As we get this all get up and racing, and so I was going to try and finish my dinner as quickly as possible. And Lewis, something happened there. He's jumped all the way to the pits with a meatball. Looks like he crashed. Let's have a quick look at that. There he is there in the white and blue Vodafone 73. Got the KFC logo on the bonnet there. 420 Oz representation. Looks like he just wasn't happy with something, locked it up, and just got it back to the pits as quickly as possible. Not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. So for those of you not familiar with the 420 Oz Sim Racing League and how we do things over here, they don't run lap-based races. It's time-based. So generally 60 minutes, sometimes two 30-minute battles, sometimes an extended battle. But always time-based. So this first one, 30 minutes, one mandatory stop within that 30-minute period. Oh, another crash at the back. That was Wade Georgeson. Yeah, I completely forgot it was Sunday. Yeah, my days of the week have completely gone out the window this week. See Wayne Rogers getting a little bit loose on takeoff there. Tay Manelli just there behind him. Some of the cars seeing a little bit of early issues with some of this traction with the changes in the racing surface. Sorry, I'm trying not to talk too much while I've got a mouthful of food. I'm trying to chew it and be all discreet and then tell you about it. Oh, we see another car crashed there. We don't have the track map, but I think that was Sam Tucker, the 666. Let's have a quick look at that. Oh, we see another car getting loose. There's Sam Tucker. Yeah, that definitely was Sam Tucker. But as we cut away, Wayne Rogers. So here's where we saw Sam Tucker. Like, well, let's go back and have a look at that. But just as I went to go back and have a look, we watch this turn right here. Wayne doesn't lock it in properly. Decides to throw it the other way to keep it off the walls. Some of these cars are already experiencing a bit of difficulty with the grip on the track here. Let's see if it improves as the tyres warm up. Lap 3 of, well, it says 22, lap 3. We're on lap 3. It's actually coming up on the 5-minute mark of the 30-minute race here. So a sixth of this battle almost done. right, while we are watching, who's this? Ben Mead, just outside the top 5. Brad Armstrong there in front of him, as well as the beginning of the top 5. Hayden Watson up ahead of them. Jackson Sufong, Jacob Smith, Stephen Varga and Luke Fallon, the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and leading cars. Give me one moment, guys. I'll be back in just a second. All right, as I come back, we've had 2 casualties so far in this 18-car field. Wade Georgeson and David Jansen have both unfortunately retired. Not happy with what the car was doing out there on the track, and have popped it in the pits, popped it on the trailer and said, that's enough. Well, look out. Looks like that is, I think it was Ben Mead, the 37, the 6 car, sorry, getting a bit loose, but Matteo Manelli, Cliff Potter checking up for that. So sometimes when the car gets loose in front, you don't take advantage of it. You check up to save everyone. Cliff Potter looks like that Stella Toa car has seen better days. Looks like there's been another crash there. Couldn't quite see who that was. Hayden Watson, potentially. There's a number of these cars falling victim to this technical track. Manelli, Ben Mead, Cliff Potter. Engaged in a 3-car battle at this moment. A couple of little mini battles going on across the track. There's this one. There is also a little bit further back, Rob Chandler and Hayden Watson. Looks like Hayden Watson has come unstuck. I managed to jinx that without even getting to it on that one. Let's have a look and see what happened there with Hayden. I think it might have been a 2-crash deal. Oh, that nose, it does not look good already, does it? I don't see anywhere where he crashed, but yeah, him and the oh, there he crashes, and the shell car that just passed him, both quite damaged already. As we come up on the first third of this race, we're about 6 and a bit laps in. Coming up from the 10-minute mark, about two heats here tonight, B main, A main. Both 30 minutes in length over a winner, points-wise. We'll take the round. Oh, that shell bonnet doesn't look like it's supposed to be sitting that way. I wonder if that's Brad Armstrong. Let's have a look. I think he's in the Castrol car, yeah. Just overshoots the corner, a little bit of an understeer there. Oh, all right. That is Jacob Smith. He's in third place, right behind him. Jackson Sufong there by the looks of that. No, that might not be Jackson Sufong. Actually, let's get the relative up on our screens. No, that is not the... Actually, position on track, I think, is what we want. Ah, there we go. It's Kane Lewis. I believe it was 30% fuel. Let me just reconfirm that. 2 30-minute sprints tonight, mate. 30% fuel, suppose one stop each race. Yeah, so we should look to see some stops coming in the next couple of minutes, next 5 minutes or so. See if we can jump around the track a little bit more. There's Ivan Falcone in 9th, 10th, Wayne Rogers. As we see, that is Luke Fallon, Stephen Varga, and a lap traffic up the front. One of those cars really racing with that pack. Who is that? That's a Yuha on the leaderboard. It's normally his car colour, isn't it? Now it's not going to show us up at the front, but we'll just leave the... why is that relative battle box reset? It's looking like a battle for 8th type of situation. Oh, there we go. It's David Jansen. It's David Jansen. I just needed to click on the button and see myself. As we continue to watch this battle. And I learn how to turn my screen thingies off. So Wayne Rogers, one of the first guys into the pits. See there, there was a couple around lap 5 and 4. I don't think that was strategic. Wayne Rogers lap 8 might be the strategic stop though. It's coming up on that halfway mark of this first of two 30-minute battles, so might be a good thing. Let's see how far up the field he can take it. Falcone, Sam Tucker, Rob Chandler, Jeff Price. We have a 4-car pack here, 9th to 12th. Jackson Sufong hitting the pits as well. So yeah, I'd say those fuel reserves started to look a bit low. Those guys thinking, yep, that one stop might be good. Now we'll get it out of the way. Not a lot of big leads, and given lap times, pit times, this one could be an interesting early stop for some of them. Jackson Sufong as well, in and out. Looks like Rob Chandler's about to come out as well. It did look like Sam Tucker was going to take that run on the inside, but thought better of it. Going to stay back there in 9th behind the 8th place Ivan Falcone. It looked like he was tempted again to sort of go a bit tighter. But speed difference with Ivan going a little bit wide and turning in, and Sam sort of cutting the corner, not really giving Sam the advantage to take the leap on him. A pretty good battle up here, actually. Oh, there was a crash up the back though. We could just sort of see it in the distance. I don't think it's registered on my telemetry though. I can't see who it was. Couple more pit visits there. Jackson's about to come out. Carl Brigham going in. I don't think anyone up the front has really paid a visit there yet. Stephen Varga has back there on lap 10. So that could be the difference maker. Luke Fallon has gone into the pits. And now Jacob Smith, Matteo Manelli, Ivan Falcone and Sam Tucker still yet to visit. This 9th to 12th battle suddenly turned into 5th to 7th, 5th to 8th. With some of those pit stops. So Stephen Varga back up in 2nd place as Jacob Smith and Matteo Manelli stop in. Looks like Stephen's gamble might have worked. He's moved himself up into the leader position. Luke Fallon not that far behind. Well, I was going to say not that far behind him, but it did jump. Oh no, looks like Stephen and Luke crashed actually. What's happened there? Right before I went to jump up to watch that battle, is Stephen Varga. There's Luke Fallon. Oh, and they come into contact side by side. The two favourites. Is going to really change things. Looks like it might be cosmetic though. They're both still up the front. Stephen Varga currently our race leader. Those two cars looking very banged up. Jacob Smith, Jeff Price, Ivan Falcone, they're back behind there. They're looking to swoop in on this competition. It's a bit of a distance to cover, 6 seconds to close in, but if those two up the front are carrying any damage, then they'll spend the next 10 minutes trying to drag those lot in. Looks like Luke Fallon, he's the quicker car in the lead. He's not on the screens now, but we can see on the leaderboard 1.6 seconds the difference over 2nd place Stephen Varga. So if there was any damage in that collision between those two, then that is That seems to be more with Stephen than Luke. Looks like Jackson Sufong still in the pits. He's fallen back to 16th. Looks like David Jansen might have resolved whatever issues he's had. He's 5 laps down, but I think he's back on the track. I'm not sure. Oh, looks like there's been another crash there. Jeff Price just falling, back to 5th in with that little off-track incident. There's a Brad Armstrong right back there behind him, the 88 car as well. So this is the 3rd place Ivan Falcone in the lead there. The Phantom Machine of Jacob Smith in 4th. Jeff Price and Brad Armstrong 5th and 6th as the 420 Oz Sim Racing League. Sorry, boys, a little bit too much 420 myself. Continues here at the Detroit Grand Prix. The Gen3 V8 Supercars double main event. 2 30-minute rounds of action. We've got less than 10 minutes to go in this one. As Luke had a momentary scare, but got himself back up into that race lead. Here's where the race action is, though. See Ivan Falcone. You can see his teammate Matteo Manelli a few cars back as well back there. Tell you what, if Matteo could catch up to this pack, that would help Ivan. He'd have a supporter. Here at the further back part of the crowd there, that is Hayden Watson in the 11 car. Rob Chandler just up ahead of him. Sam Tucker back there behind them in the 11th place car. A little bit loose on that turn there. It looked like it might have hit the wall. Not hard, but definitely contact. Looks like Ivan Falcone, Jeff Price hitting the pits. I think that should be it, shouldn't it? Yeah. With the exception of some of those early pits, the lap 5 Hayden Watson, see how he goes. Lap 8 Wayne Rogers. Oh, look out, Rob Chandler got a bit loose with the motions there. The rear end carried out, wanted to correct it, but a couple of the other boys, Hayden Watson, Sam Tucker, coming through just late there, wasn't able to get that car turned around as quickly as he would have liked. I don't know how these guys do it week in, week out. You've got the Gen3 V8 Supercars Sunday nights, Tuesday nights. They have the GT3 Challenge. They're just the races that are broadcast. Got a bunch of other races throughout the week. But an hour and a half at we were over in France, over in Le Mans last week in the last Tuesday night in the GT3s, and these guys, they need a medal with the amount of racing they do, the amount of kilometers they are covering each week. It is crazy. Hayden Watson, Sam Tucker still battling it out. Hayden definitely got the advantage over Sam. Sam getting all kinds of air up in that engine with no front cover. Oh, looks like he is putting it to him though. Looks like Stephen Varga, something happened. Oh, he might have some damage actually, because yeah, he has fallen down at the field a little bit. Less than 5 minutes in this first battle. I think there is a bit of a practice session between top races. So you may have a bit of time to stretch your legs, grab some drinks, go to the toilet, all that sort of thing. I know I will be. But stick around. There is still 30 more minutes of racing still to come at the conclusion of this race. We've got the A-main coming up next. Oh, there we go. There we go. Jeff Price with a ballsy under brakes move in that turn. Takes 8th position from Ivan Falcone. Ivan falls back to 9th. That's just going to, I reckon that's just going to fire up the Italian. And he's going to spend a little bit of time just rebuilding this race, get that car back up under Jeff Price's rear end. And we're going to see some competition happen, I reckon. Ford versus Chevy. Mustang versus Chevy. Let's say Mustang. Sounds way cooler than a Ford. Who are you here to see, people? We are currently live at Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. But obviously the stars of the show on our screens, the 420 Austin Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercar drivers. So if you are here to support any of your drivers, any of your favourites, let me know and we'll make sure. I'm sure they've been covered already, and I hope they have, but we'll make sure that they are covered. As a special shout out, thank you to you for tuning in. So yeah, jump in chat, say g'day. Cliff Potter a late pit there. He just went from like 5th to 14th. That was a meatball transfer to the pits. Something bad happened. Oh, I wonder if Stephen and he crashed. Stephen had crashed prior. Here's Cliff Potter passing Stephen. Okay, so it wasn't really a pass. It was sort of more lock up, get into the corner and crash. We didn't see Stephen come through the turn either, so I think maybe... Is there a late clip or an early clip before that happened, or no? No, he just locked up to avoid it. He was like, no thanks. Cliff Potter, Jackson Sufong, both in the pits, currently 15th and 16th. Both seem to have the meatball flag, not good. Currently in 14th at Rob Chandler. Kane Lewis 13th. 12 is Carl Brittingham. Wayne Rogers in 11th. Our top 10, Sam Tucker. Hayden Watson in 9th. Ivan Falcone in 8th. Jeff Price 7th. Stephen Varga in 6th. Our top 5, Jacob Smith. Ben Mead in 4th. Matteo Manelli 3rd. Brad Armstrong in 2nd. And Luke Fallon is our current race leader. Top 3, UK, Australia, and Italy. 4th place in New Zealand, and Australia just got the advantage in that top 5 thanks to Jacob Smith. All right, I don't know where they are on the track. We better jump up to Luke. Oh, we didn't do the customary cockpit cam. But make sure to do that next in the A-main. About 30 seconds of a race left, depending on exactly how far the start-finish line is from wherever we are right now with Luke Fallon. We don't have a track map, so we can't track it. I think he just started the next lap, damn him. So one more full lap. Let's do it with the inside Luke Fallon's car for the last lap. Fallon, we can't see that start finish line just yet. But, it must be close. Riding along with the B-main winner. Well, will be the eventual. Let's not jinx him because he hasn't got the checkered flag yet. But Luke Fallon, race leader. There it is, checkered flag. Thank God. Luke just takes it easy, lets it ride down through the gears. As we bring our first round of racing action to a close. Cams in a second. There's our second place, Brad Armstrong, Matteo Manelli as well. Second and third, Ben Mead will get fourth. Anthony, thanks for the share. I missed that blurper. Thanks for the... oh, I didn't change my audio settings, so I'm not hearing any alerts. That's what that is. Okay, that sucks. Just waiting on the actual official results. We'll get those up. Just waiting on everyone to finish lap 20 here. All right, looks like that is the results running through. A couple of black flags there, Hayden Watson, meatballs with Cliff Potter and Jackson Sufong. Oh, coffee, thank you. Oh, it's chocolate, hot chocolate. Oh, jeez, spoiled. Ah, there we go. Heat one's results. All right, we know Wade Georgeson has finished in 18th. David Jansen 17th. Jackson Sufong finished in 16th. Cliff Potter, good old Ram Jam in 15th. Rob Chandler 14th. Kane Lewis 13th. Hayden Watson in 12th. Cole Bringham in 11th. The top 10 was Wayne Rogers, Jacob Smith 9th. Sam Tucker 8th. 7 is Ivan Falcone. Jeff Price in 6th. The top 5, Stephen Varga in 5th. Ben Mead, in 4th. Matteo Manelli 3rd. Brad Armstrong finished 2nd, but our race winner in the first round here tonight is Luke Fallon. So congratulations, Luke Fallon, getting the job done yet again. A very, very good driver. Now, as I say, we do have I believe, 10-minute break, 5-minute warm-up session. So we will throw it down to the cars and tracks, but obviously Kane Lewis, he's registered in the pits, hasn't taken that car out yet. We'll wait those guys, but while we do that, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back soon. All right, warm-up has finished. They're going to take the track, and we're going to get our second of two main events on the screen. This is the 420 Sim Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercars. And when I get my shit together, we'll get the grid up on the screen. All right. Based on the finishing order of the previous 30-minute race, the B main, the A main has just lined up. Luke Fallon will continue that battle on the front row with Brad Armstrong, Matteo Manelli, and Ben Mead will take on the second row battle. The third row battle is going to be Stephen Varga, Jeff Price, Ivan Falcone, and Sam Tucker on that fourth row. Sorry. Fifth row is going to be Jacob Smith and Wayne Rogers. Sixth row, Carl Brigham and Hayden Watson. The seventh row is going to be Kane Lewis and Rob Chandler, Cliff Potter, and Jackson Sufong on that eighth row. The ninth and final row will be David Jansen and Wade Georgeson, but it looks like Wade, oh no, there we go. Wade has, I believe, taken the track. So let's get over to our race screen. Okay, we've lost the track map again. So we had the track map during warm-up. It was really weird. Now it's gone. Stephen Varga trying to make his way up to that top three as quick as he can, but Brad Armstrong is staking his claim in the Castrol machine. Matteo Manelli, Ben Mead, Matteo's teammate Ivan Falcone, just 3 cars back there behind them. Jeff Price, Sam Tucker, Jacob Smith, Rob Chandler round out the 10. Looks like Kane Lewis, Cliff Potter, Hayden Watson, Carl Brigham and David Jansen, 11 to 15. Wayne Rogers and Jackson Sufong in 16th and 17th. Up the front with this battle. It is pretty intense. Not a big gap from first place, let's see, all the way back to 16th. It's about 18 seconds, 29 seconds if you go back to 17th. But if you go back to 10th, it's less than 10 seconds. So, yeah, a lot of on-field battles going on here for the 420 Sim Racing Leagues. The Gen 3 V8 Supercars here at Detroit Grand Prix. Hey, Manelli really right there up under Brad Armstrong's rear end. Ford versus Chevy there. Sort of goes Ford, Chevy, and then Chevy for the top 5 car. Ben Mead, we just saw him in the background there. There's Matteo's teammate Ivan Falcone and Sam Tucker right at the back there as well. So, yeah, not that much of a gap between the first 7 or 8 cars. That 20-lap race we're expecting. See if any of those pit stops are going to be modified time-wise in terms of when they take them, how they take them. There's Kane Lewis back in 11th. Looks like he just had a bit of a crash. Let's have a quick look at that. There he is there in the McPherson's contract is Vodafone machine, 73. Just like a lot of the guys with those, the difference between the traction between the asphalt and the concrete there, just obviously causing a bit of a slippage. We're going to get back up to this battle here because Stephen Varga has moved up into the race lead. There's Luke Fallon in second. Brad Armstrong currently third. Matteo Manelli, he is in fourth. So couple of Tickford Racing guys, Luke Fallon and Brad Armstrong, surrounded by Stephen Varga and Matteo Manelli. That do for the points if Stephen can take the top spot away from Luke. Luke won't be able to maximise the points gain for the night. He has, I believe, the points leader in this Gen 3 V8 Supercar Season 4 competition. Every point matters, we know this. Gaps formed between the top three and the back sort of 10. It's the fourth to say ninth there. There's Luke Fallon. Looks like he came to a stop there prior. Brad Armstrong able to get past him. Stephen Vargas looks like he's been in the pits. I'm going to guess at 6 minutes into a 30-minute race, that is going to be a little bit too early and won't be considered a tactical stop, but a required one. And then cars registered at the start of the night. Here we are in our second to 2 30-minute main events. Just 17 cars remain. Jackson Sufong currently in 17th. Teammate Hayden Watson right there with him in 16th. Tao Minelli 15th. Wayne Rogers 14th. David Jansen is there in 13th. Carl Brittingham 12th. Cliff Potter. Ram Jam is 11th. Kane Lewis our top 10. Rob Chandler in 9th. Jeff Price 8th. Jacob Smith in the 7th spot. I was going to say 7th machine. 6 is Ben Mead, our top 5. Ivan Falcone, Sam Tucker in 4th, Luke Fallon 3rd, Brad Armstrong in 2nd. Is that man on our screens right there? Luke Fallon is the one behind him. Stephen Varga, however, though, is the man about 3 seconds ahead of these guys in the race lead. I think we just saw a flash of his car from our screen there. We may see it down there. It is down that end of that straight away. Well, Jackson Sufong looks like he's had a crash that's caused Meatball. He's going to have to go straight to the pits. Little low line through that little corner there. That was a nice vantage point. Luke just carrying a little bit more speed out of that turn, slams to the wall. Probably cosmetic, doesn't seem to affect speed at all, but you got to think it does a little bit. It's got to do something. It has to have some effect. But the Castrol 88 machine looked a little bit loose there through those turns. It was just the angle we were presented with, but Luke Fallon looks like he's going to try and make a move on Brad Armstrong here under brakes. And he does. Brad moves back to 3rd. Great pass by Luke Fallon. Stephen Varga. Maybe he wasn't going in the pits. Maybe it's just a pit readout because it looked like he just said he was in pit lane again. No, it's a connection issue. He's getting out readings. Okay, so he hasn't been into the pits yet. Stephen Varga, the race leader. There's Luke Fallon right there at the bottom of our screen in second. Brad Armstrong. Sam Tucker back there in fourth. Ivan Falcone further down that pathway in fifth. Great shot on that sweeping corner onto the straightaway into the left-handing sweeper. Oh, we just noticed Brad Armstrong moved back up in to second there. Luke Fallon back to third. Let's have a look and see if we can't see where that might have occurred, actually. Here it was here. So, all right, so Luke Fallon must have tapped that wall a little bit because he got a bit loose and didn't have the takeoff. And yeah, Brad able to race his way straight past him into that second place race lead. So Jacob Smith just left of the pits there. So we might start to see some pit entries coming up very soon. All right, we're just past the 12-minute mark in this race. A third of the way in, 2/3 still to go. 30-minute battles. The overall points on each battle will decide the night's champion. Really likes up the front. I was trying to sort of highlight some of the more back racing and stuff as well, but it didn't want to do it. So, oh, big crash there. There's still a twi. That's Cliff Potter. 10th place, just come to a ram into that wall. Ram jam even. As Cole Brittingham moves past him up into 10th, pushing Cliff back to 11th. Mateo's probably going to be the next one to catch up to him. There's Jeff Price there up ahead of him, Kane Lewis and Rob Chandler. Up in the distance, I believe that is Ben Mead. As soon as I go back to auto cams for the second, third, and fourth place are on our screens. Brad Armstrong, Luke Fallon, Sam Tucker. This is a pretty intense battle up the front. I can understand why, I guess. I would hate to be any one of those three cars. The pressure you would be feeling trying to catch up from the rear, that being Sam Tucker, Luke Fallon in second. Oh, Brad Armstrong, our racer leader, Stephen Varga, has taken that pit visit here at the 14-minute mark or so. Coming up on the halfway mark of this race. I wonder if these boys will pit soon. Stephen is falling down the field a lot, though, back to 7th currently. So Matteo Manelli, Cliff Potter, Kane Lewis, as well as Jeff Price in the pits. Looks like Wade Georgeson, along with 104 Motorsports, Jackson Sufong, Hayden Watson, all retired. Just 15 cars remain in this 30-minute battle of two. Second of two, rather. Well, we watch the second place car, Luke Fallon, try and work his magic. These boys have to pit at some point. But I imagine their attention is elsewhere right now. I think Luke Fallon and Brad Armstrong, though, teammates, Tickford Racing. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, I wonder what happened there. It was Luke Fallon. He broke off. No, Brad Armstrong, sorry, broke off for the pit visit. That's going to leave Luke Fallon and Sam Tucker up the front. That looks like the 15th place David Jansen, the 08 car back there behind them. Caterpillar and the Monster Energy truck battling it out there. I knew it was getting a little bit explosive. That's why I started to call it out, but we saw it there. A little bit of pressure build up between the two of them. Looks like Sam Tucker got the worst of it. Forced onto the right-hand wall there. But seems to have got the car back up to speed. It's going to continue this battle. Oh, the Castrol, fourth place Castrol, Rob Chandler, the 17, no, the 88, sorry, that's the seventh place. 88 there, Brad Armstrong locking it up. Cole Bringham getting past him. He's fallen back to seventh. Cole up to sixth now. All right, Brad Armstrong did go to the pits. He's currently in seventh. Luke Fallon was in second, has gone into the pits. He's currently third. Sam Tucker, Ivan Falcone, Rob Chandler, the top three at the moment. It's 11th place, Cliff Potter right there. Jump back up to Luke Fallon. He's fallen back to sixth after his pit stop. Cole Bringham right there in front of him, the 66 machine. Definitely looks like Luke might have the faster of the two cars here. We'll see how Luke handles this. He doesn't want to waste any time getting his car past any of these cars to get back into that top five battle. Sam Tucker. Oh! 66, Cole Bringham turned in a bit early there, got the rear of Luke's car. They almost lost it there. Sam Tucker, Rob Chandler, and Ivan Falcone back in, well, not back in the pits, in their pits for their stop with just over 10 minutes remaining. Stephen Varga, though, has got that car back into the race lead. There's a Cliff Potter, Matteo Manelli there, 11th and 12th place. I'll bring him coming out for his pit visit. Let's have a quick count, see how many people still left to go with less than 10 minutes. Now everyone has been in the pit. Some a little bit earlier, Jacob Smith, maybe David Jansen. We'll have to see how Jeff Price, Kane Lewis, Matteo Minelli, and Cliff Potter go. And in that case, as well as Stephen Varga. But I don't know. They're the race car drivers. They're the experts. We'll see how they judge it. But if Stephen's got it right, then he's good to go. Jeff Price there, Ben Mead. That looks like Rob Chandler back there behind them. Just 8 minutes remain. About 5-6 laps to go, I guess. And Stephen Varga, hold on. Has he gone into the pits at the right time and left himself enough fuel to get home? 15 cars remain. 18 signed up tonight. 17 finished the first battle and started the second. 15 remain in this one. I do like the 62. Is it 60? Yeah, 62 Jeff Price. Yeah. Matted, the sort of splattered paint, but it's I like the kangaroo, the guy, the Australian flag colours. It's quite nice. I like it. The kangaroo riding the kangaroo, I guess it actually is. Look out on the inside there. That was Rob Chandler. He's going to make a move from 8th and jump to 6th. Jeff's going to fall back to 7th. Ben Mead 8th. What a pass. A couple of good passes here tonight. We saw one earlier. We saw a couple with Luke Fallon, obviously carrying a lot more speed than some of these cars, so able to really push it. Oof. Speaking of push it, Ben Mead, unfortunately hitting that wall there. Looks like he's still getting a little bit loose down that straightaway. Here he comes. Chandler just ahead of him. That's David Jansen. He's back in 14th. He's lapped a traffic car. Just experiencing a few little technical issues there. A bit of a blink. But looks like Rob at least able to get past him. Jeff Price and Ben Mead will be the next two to try so. Jumping back up to the front crew there. That was Brad Armstrong and Ivan Falcone 3rd and 4th. But just in case we miss anything, we're back here with Jeff Price. Back in that sort of more deeper top 10 that position. He's in 7th there. David Jansen just ahead of him. But here's a lap a lap down. David not looking to concede any time or speed there until he got into the wall and had to sort of give it up. Tried to push it maybe a little bit more than the car wanted to allow. Stay with the boys. Wasn't able to do so. Jeff Price and Ben Mead are going to be able to break free here. Ben Mead's going to make a run on Jeff Price. Move himself up into 7th. He was stuck behind those cars for a bit, so clearly frustrated having all that speed, not being able to use it. Just 4 minutes remain in this battle for the Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 4 with the Detroit Grand Prix circuit for the 420 AusSim Racing League. And it's been quite the battle. Luke Fallon took out our first 30-minute battle. Stephen Varga is currently the leader of our second one so far. Luke was the race leader, but some pit strategy has gone back and forth. I'd love it if we could see how much fuel each car was carrying, because I want to know, like, is Stephen pushing his luck here with 4 minutes to go, 3.5 minutes to go? We won't know until it's over. Ivan Falcone, Brad Armstrong, they've had some great battles. Brad Armstrong's done some amazing driving here tonight. Looks like he might be working that a bit harder, thinking that look, time's running out. I need to catch up to Luke Fallon here. Don't think he's going to have enough to close that distance, though. Can't believe the track map worked in warm-up, but hasn't worked in any of the races. It's so weird. Just 14 cars remain. Looks like Kane Lewis has popped that one in the pits. 3-4 laps down now. And we'll see out the remainder of this battle from that comfy position. Wish him the best of luck. Tuesday night if he races in the GT3 Challenge. If not, we'll see him again Sunday nights for the V8 Supercars. And the Gen 3s are live yet again. I feel like Luke has hit that wall coming out of that turn a lot, but it seems to be part of the strategy. What about this one? No, not so bad this time, but yeah, it has definitely used that wall for a bit of braking, I think. You got to feel though, with a second and a first place in the two 30-minute rounds, Luke Fallon will be our overall winner, with Stephen Varga was a few spots back. Yeah, 4 spots back, started in 5th. We are officially on the last lap. Let's jump up to Mr. Stephen Varga. Quantum Pecky's racing, Quantum Racing in the race lead for the second of 2 30-minute main event battles. So I believe we would declare Luke Fallon the overall victor. He did take out the first round. He's going to get second place in this round, it looks like. The 868 comes through the final few turns. A bit early. There's pit lane, so we can't be too far. Now from the start, there it is, the checkered flag. Congratulations Stephen Varga and Luke Fallon both picking up victories here tonight at the Detroit Grand Prix for the 420 Aussim Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercars Season 4 battle. Oh, that is Ivan Falcone crashing badly there. Is he going to be able to limp home in fourth? Oh, I think he had. That was after the checkered flag. Oh, thank God. There's Rob Chandler getting the finish line. Ben Mead will be next. Jeff Price, Matteo Manelli. Oh, forgot to keep updating at my finishes. Or is that everyone? No? Why is it not? There we go. I believe there's only 2 cars that left, so that was the problem. As we just await the official results for this one. Will be the A main results, not the overall result, but as I say, I believe Luke Fallon over a winner. But coming in 18th here tonight, did not take the field for the remainder of the night after the first race. Wade Georgeson, Jackson Su Fong, and Hayden Watson, 104 Motorsports teammates in 17th and 16th. Kane Lewis finished 15th. David Jansen in 14th. 420 Oz driver Wayne Rogers in 13th. Jacob Smith and Cal Brigham 12th and 11th. Ram Jam himself, Cliff Potter, also a part of the 420 team, in 10th. Matteo Manelli and Grant, Jeff Price in 9th and 8th. McPherson Machines, Ben Mead in 7th. 420 Oz driver Rob Chandler in 6th. Our top 5, though, Sam Tucker in 5th. Ivan Falcone 4th. 420 Oz driver Brad Armstrong in 3rd. Tickford Racing driver Luke Fallon in 2nd, but Quantum Racing driver Stephen Varga takes out the second of 2 main event battles here tonight. All right, we don't have any racing tomorrow. Knucklehead's still on a break. That'll be back in August, so just a week to go. So we'll be back again Tuesday night for the GT3 Challenge, part of the 420 Aussim Racing League. So Tuesday night Australian. Thank you to Blurper, to Jacob Smith, to Anthony Calf, to Robbo, to everyone that was in the chat. I don't know if it sort of reset, so I can't see that. Those that just lurked and watched and wanted to come along and see their friends race. Appreciate you guys and girls. Thank you so much for coming out. Remember, please like, follow, subscribe, all of that stuff. BobbethTV, BOWETH TV, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And you can catch me on whatever your preferred platform is. All right.